Mr. Sweet's here. I'm sure you probably can't see me, no big deal. I am here with Rodney and James Gregory here at All Hallows Eve Terror Town.
Yes, sir.
Guys, appreciate you letting us come out here today. We got to walk around, check everything out. It's awesome. Looking forward. You guys got some stuff coming along. It looks like you guys are going to have a whole new surprise this year for everybody.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, just from what we've seen, even though there's a lot of construction going on, it looked awesome.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. It started from, the day after we closed last year, so it's been pretty much nonstop. And
that's awesome, though. I mean, at least we know a lot of people that don't even take the drive. They'll do it the last second.
Oh, yeah.
And that's good that you guys are planning way ahead and you guys are anxious to get back on it immediately.
Absolutely. You live
it. Real quick, tell everybody how'd you guys start and,
Well, I mean, it's been, man, I got into this with him about 15, 20 years ago. When I got into it, he was doing a project for his school, Art Academy Cincinnati. We were basically molding skulls. Or he molded the first skull, and then after that, people started wanting one, and so we're like, oh, well, maybe we can make a few of these and sell them, and we made a few of them, and they all sold. We sold them for like a ridiculous amount too. It was crazy. And then as far as the haunt thing, for him, I know that he used to be the design guy for Buford Haunted School. It used to be over here in Buford years ago, which is obviously beneficial for us. And back then he had to promote it through MySpace and newspapers, and it got a really large following for for all that shit. So, and then before the haunt goes, we started on a piece of paper, man. One night in his basement, we were watching some movies on his theater, and just got a piece of paper out, like, man, what if we just did this? And then I think we even still have the papers that we started it all on. So it's just been amazing.
A lot of those concepts are actually out there in the field now, but it's a 19th century venue, so they're the design element of it, the aesthetics altered a little.
Everything starts on a piece of paper.
It absolutely does.
It's the same thing with us. Me and him, we're always down in our studio, and we're always drawing up stuff. We're coming up with stuff, and like you were, we even started playing with latex and started trying to make masks and stuff just for fun and just to see what we can come up with. And I mean, that's the big key thing on how you start off somewhere. And but again, I mean, it's awesome that you guys, and last year was your first career, correct? Yeah, first year out here, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. Your first season out here? Okay. Now, when you guys, now was the land like something that you guys already owned, or was it something you just went out and bought?
We actually procured it from, previous to us, it was called the Old West Festival. Okay. So, very kid-centric, same kind of concept, Old Western. Mm-hmm. They had blank firing guns and stuff like that we also incorporate out here.
So the town itself was pretty much already here?
Yeah, the town
internal.
Yeah,
cool.
Which was good for us. I mean, it's been around for about 11 years, 12 years now, and you can see how the town's kind of like, looks like it's run down, which for us it was a gold mine,
Perfect.
So the previous owner, he invited us out, and I think his initial concept was to have us just build a haunt and work with him, and we're like, no, I think we want this place. We're gonna buy it. So there's 3 partners, myself, Rodney, and Matt Hayden, who's in Louisiana. And we came together, we put all of our life savings together and said, let's go, let's do it. Here we are.
Cool. I mean, and that's a dream of mine and Snags as well. We want to get out down the road ourselves, and we want to slowly, purchase land and slowly do a haunt and stuff like that. And like I tell a lot of people, with working out Land of Illusion, it kind of spoiled us. We're wanting to go straight to that.
Right.
And we understand, though, you got to start off small.
Yeah.
And we understand that. But again, one day we'd love to have a huge open park to where you can actually keep people there to having a good time, because most of your basic haunts you go through, you're in and out, you're done, you go on, and you're done for the night. This place here, just walk in the street, you got plenty to do, you got the haunt you can do, you check out the shops and stuff like that, so definitely it's awesome.
Yeah, we try to make it an all-night endeavor instead of just, like you said, running through it. We didn't really necessarily go small in the beginning, which could be a mistake, but in our first year we saw a lot of success, so I'm not too concerned about it. But we have roughly 65 acres here, so we're starting off now with what already pre-existed, but eventually, 5-year plan. Okay. We want people to be able to jump on a horse and buggy and ride out to Louisiana or London and experience the allure of the 19th century in that region. So
and kind of like what you said, starting off with the building, we actually had a lot of people, come up to us like surprised, like, is this your first haunt? And technically it kind of is for us, like his family owned Buford Haunted School and he worked there, but this is our first thing. And they come up to us and, is this your first thing? We're like, yeah. And they're like, most people just get a building. You guys kind of took over like
your
town, So it's a behemoth project for sure, especially for a first year. Now we're going on our second year. It's a behemoth, but it's been nothing but amazing. We've had such amazing support from the public. and everybody, corralling around.
Well, I
us
say you
and
guys
helping
did
us out.
pretty good. You hit #1 in Ohio last year.
Yeah,
that's
that
awesome,
was,
especially for your first year.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah,
big.
That was a surprise to us too.
Yeah.
And usually we try to keep an eye on the charts and see where everybody's at, and just to see that's awesome.
You
first
guys
year,
came
come
out
and killed it.
nowhere.
Yeah.
That's the coolest part. It's
Yeah.
like,
That's awesome.
who
And
the
then from just what I'm seeing, it looks like you guys shouldn't have no problem competing. No
Yeah.
problem again this year.
So
Well, appreciate that.
The benefit of us is we've got so many people that love this industry like you guys do, and they all come together and they want this to be as special as we do. The vision is huge. We've been planning, like you said, 20 years, so it's not like we're like, hey, let's give this a try. Like, we knew this was going to happen eventually. We didn't know it was going to be in the 19th century, but this was the goal from day one.
Yeah, we just we took this and we just adjusted our plan to fit the theme, and like you said, the 19th century.
So
It was phenomenal.
what made you guys do the hands-on stuff? That's the best thing. That's the reason why I wanted to come back and act for you guys.
I think back when we first started, especially when you worked at the haunted school, they did a little bit of that, but we're both military veterans, so we want to get people as immersed into the experience as we possibly can. And what better way can you do that than to physically grab them and bring them into it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, the red bracelet idea, we thought of that forever ago. We didn't necessarily call it the red bracelet back then, but we knew we wanted to do something like that. And to be able to have that and separate the people from their groups, our idea is we grab the red bracelets, we put them in a cell or something in the trail, but the group should continue forward. Like your friend will eventually come back to you,
Right.
but when that is, we don't know.
You'll find it before the night's out.
It'll be before the night's over, but we might keep them for 10 minutes, we might keep them for 30 minutes, it could be longer,
Well, that plays into a consistent narrative throughout the entire park as well, and that's something that we've always kind of been disappointed in, is walking into one room and it's a schoolhouse and then transitioning into a clown room or whatever else is in there. We want to make this an environment where it's more like you're walking through a movie and you're the victim.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate goal.
Well, that's the good thing too. And notice when walking around, you're keeping it on theme. You're not jumping around like you were just saying. You're not jumping around. And see, down the road, that's what we love to do. We're going to have, instead of just one haunt, just jumping, each haunt's its own theme.
Yes.
And strictly keep to that theme. That way, some people don't like certain things.
Right.
So you're giving them you're giving them options. Like,
Yep.
hey, if you want to go do this, go do that. You want to go do this, go do that. And I think that's the way to go. And I think you guys got plenty of room out here to constantly expand. And like you said, I love the idea on how the horse and buggy thing down the road and take you to other cities and stuff.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. And I think that's really going to kill it for you guys. So that's awesome.
We hope so.
We're stoked about that. That's one of the projects I'm really excited about moving forward on is starting the next town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's obviously big dreams. We're trying to keep ourselves a little held back. But it's really exciting to think about it.
Well, look, and once you guys keep getting bigger, and like I said, it's your first year.
Yeah.
So your first year,
Yeah.
here comes your second year, and again, I think once people really start to get, the name down, tear town, they're gonna come and flock, and I think it'll push you guys.
I hope so.
Well, again, and it's gonna be rough this year because of all the COVID stuff going on. But again, I think honestly, with all these other places closing down, and you're saying no, we're gonna shoot for this.
Right.
And then that was another thing we were talking about earlier when we were walking around. What's your guys' approach going to be as far as handling people this year with that going on?
Yeah, that's a great question, and the benefit of our venue is that it is open. We've got something like 26 shops total. There's 3 restaurants, 3 bars, there's an outdoor theater, so we have no problem keeping people within the social distance guidelines. In addition to that, there's hand sanitizer units everywhere. We've got a mask available for people to purchase. We suggest that people wear those masks. There's not a queue line, and that's another big thing that it was actually his idea. We implement it where you go, you sign up, and we send you a text, and when you get that text, you go back to the spot, and we take you to the haunt at that point. So
now you guys have shows outside of the haunt
That's
also.
correct.
Yeah. Well, our biggest one probably would be the hanging.
Yeah.
That scene actually worked out way better than we probably anticipated that it would.
I saw it probably 20 times, and every time I saw it, it still was like, oh shit, is she dead?
A little bit of chills,
It's crazy because we have cannons out there, Gatling guns, and all these it's blink firing, but it's fucking loud.
It's loud, especially the cannon. I don't know. Yeah, I know some of you guys had to come last year. I don't know if you got to hear that, but that thing rocks you.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Well, that's awesome though, because again, it sticks to the whole theme, and when you're concentrating as a guest on this shop or you're that character, and all of a sudden you hear a cannon go off, it throws you off balance. It's like, holy shit, you know what was going on? So
it does when you're staring at the cannon.
Yeah,
I mean,
man. That thing is ridiculous. Every time, man, I'd be like right next to it, and that thing go off, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The crew that runs out, they're called Wild West Productions, and
Yeah.
90% of those guys are veterans too. So
They're awesome.
They know all about how to make things go boom really loud and safely. Which.
And I think that cannon's only
safely,
I think it's only like half loaded.
Oh yeah.
But it's still one of the things that I'm just mind blowing because again, I know everything's still in construction, but it's still mind blowing just coming out here, just seeing what's going on and the whole historical town thing, and it's just awesome. I think overall, I think you guys are on the right path, and I think it's going to really blow up, especially with all these other places going. We're going to probably close this year.
Yeah.
Okay, close. By all means, close. It's more business for me.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather them stay open.
I think for us, one of the things that we've always believed in, especially even back then, is that the hunt industry is not a normal business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole different animal. So it's not a competitive business in my view. People don't just want to go to one haunted attraction; they want to go to multiple.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for us, like we try to help, to our best ability to support other haunted attractions and promote them. And we hope that they do the same thing for us. I mean, some of them. Some of them are old school. They don't kind of want to go along with that, which is fine. I mean, that's they've been around for a long time. That's cool, but we'll still support and promote people, other haunted attractions. Especially people that come into town that are out of town. Like, hey, go check out WJA. It's right up the road.
5 minutes, and they're badass. It's an all charity hunt, and those guys are just as dedicated as our team. So they're out there day after knocking this stuff out.
Yeah, man, and it's all just regular people like us. They go out there and they get designated like an area in their woods, and they go out there and they just build this area up, and it's their area, and they're just responsible for manning it. And so like through there you just go through and you just see all kinds of like amazing things that these people just like us just go out there.
Right up the road. I mean, not right up the road, but their attention to detail in that place it's like walking through an art gallery, and every time it's I spot something new and never gets old. Never gets old.
Yeah, Disco House is awesome. One of my favorites is the Hallow, the bus ride. That's one of mine. I just love being in the bus and getting hit with a semi. I don't know why that's awesome to me, but for some reason it's a great time.
Close.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
and that's a major goal of ours this year. Again, because our work schedule is hectic, and it's one of the things when we do have a little bit of downtime. We might volunteer at places here and there. Just to, some places are short on actors, stuff like that. We'll come out and try to help if we can.
That's awesome.
Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, yes, we're mainly a clown family and stuff like that. But again, we're multi.
Yeah.
We can do almost anything. But I think this year, like I said, between volunteering, we're also going to try to check out what haunts are open and go check them out. And then I'm sure we'll definitely make a trip here as well.
Oh yeah.
And come check you guys out when you guys are full blown going at it.
That'd be awesome. And we're hoping to put together a list of all those haunted attractions that are open to. A lot of these guys are saying that they're shutting down, but I feel like it's premature.
It might be.
There's a chance that they probably are going to open back up. Yeah, so hopefully closer to time we can incorporate that into our marketing as well.
Yeah. You got anything else?
No.
No.
So one last question. When do you guys open? When do you guys close?
September 4th is the first night. November 14th is the last.
Closing night.
Yeah,
Cool.
September 4th is Friday, and then we're only open Fridays and Saturdays this year.
Okay.
We do not open on Sundays this year. So.
7 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Two guys' ticket prices.
It's $25 regular admission, and then $10 extra if you want the red bracelet.
Cool. Well,
And that includes everything,
Yeah.
with the exception, I think, of axe throwing. That's the only thing that's extra because it's
additional.
freaking expensive.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, awesome.
well, yeah.
All right, well, guys, I definitely appreciate it, and definitely we'll put this out there for you guys, and hopefully we get some more people.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys
Yeah.
so much.
No problem. Thank you so much, guys.